Good afternoon, all. I'm delighted to attend this first virtual event for EBISA. As discussed previously, one of the questions is to know how we can work together and how, as a bank, we can help our customers to overcome the challenges they are facing in Africa. In trade, the last 2 years have been particularly interesting for two main reasons. The first one is trade finance is still a paper activity. And the second one is that with the economic uncertainties, most of the banks have a reduced appetite for commodity finance. Some of the international banks even decided to close this part of their business. For the first point, which is a logistic question, as you all know, papers are still very present in the trade operations for LC business, as well as for structured trade and commodity finance. As soon as you want to monetize a trade flow, banks will ask for papers such as bill of ladings or warehouse receipts. Very often, original documentation is required and is being exchanged between clients and banks by postal services, which, as we know, will take time from a few days to even a couple of weeks when several parties are involved. Our experiences have showed us that this delay, which could not always be anticipated, unfortunately, can extend to overall timeline, lead to strong pressure on customers' treasury, and in the worst case, cause even additional financial costs. With the pandemic situation and its consequences, it became even more difficult to receive these papers and unacceptable timing, and sometimes it wasn't even possible. In some regions of the world, the pandemic, as it was said before, has helped to accelerate the growth of digitalization of trade business, but it was not really yet the case in Africa. In order to support our clients at EBISA, we have had to think on ways we could work around these new constraints, and we have decided to take advantage of our Pan-African network. When our clients were struggling to get the required papers to discount an LC, a draft, or disperse a commodity facility, we have discussed internally, and as well as with our sister affiliates, to set up a structure that could help streamline the overall process without putting the client nor the bank at risk, both from an operational or a legal point of view. We have quickly drafted legal documentation to be signed by the various involved parties so that the original papers could be deposited with our sisters affiliates locally, and we would discount or disburse based on their confirmation of the scanned copies of the documents. This flexibility made the difference and was made possible thanks to our large African footprint. For the second point, which is more a question of risk appreciation, and the fact that few international banks have decided to retire from commodity finance and thus leave their clients with a financing gap, our position was clear from the beginning. We are an African bank, it is our DNA, and commodity is still a large part of the African economy. Thus, it was important for us to keep accompanying our clients despite these uncertainties. Again, thanks to our African network, we had visibility on what was happening on the ground, how the local stakeholders were making it through the storm. This local knowledge has allowed us to renew our existing commodity lines, increase some of them, and even set up new lines for some of the clients of the group. Thank you.